questions. I want to follow up on what Mara's asking. There's a report today that the State Department has determined that its social media effort is unsuccessful, should not be continued, because it is not considered a trusted origination of a message. So my question related to what Mara is asking is, and you've just described the vulnerabilities and the president's frustration, if you abandon a U.S. government effort on social media, what fills that gap?
Well, again, Alexis, we've acknowledged for some time, we've approached this from the standpoint of understanding, just as a matter of common sense, that trying to counter messages from ISIL, who are attempting to radicalize, for example, vulnerable members of the Muslim population, that the United States government may not be the most effective voice in countering that strategy. What we need to do is to look for other voices that can be lifted up, that can be engaged in this effort. Leaders across the country. In some cases, maybe they're faith leaders. In some cases, they're political leaders. But in any event, there are people who can be effective in countering or at least providing alternative visions. And that's important work. It's hard. It's hard to get your arms around it, but it's critically important to our efforts. And as I just acknowledged to Mara, there's important work that's being done and important progress that's being made, but there's surely room for improvement.
Well, I just want to follow up again. It's not that anyone is saying this isn't hard. The question, though, is, can you give us an update on where this is now? Yeah. Where does this rest now? Where is this happening? How far along is it? Can the U.S. media describe what's happening so that the counter messaging is a broader counter message? I mean, You're talking to NPR. You're talking to the New York Times. You're talking to Post. So what's going on?
I guess I don't really understand your question. When you say it, what are you talking about?
The counter
the counter message, the chorus of what you describe as Muslim leaders speaking out against extremism.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you guys want us to provide you some examples, I didn't bring any with me, but I'm happy to provide you some examples if that'd be helpful in answering your question.
Questions.